Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, today inshallah we are going to discuss together a grammar lesson which is the reported speech, in particular statements. With you today, Mr. Ayman Mahgoub. What is reported speech and how do we use it? Reported speech is the structure we use if you want to tell another person about a conversation that took place in the past. For example, phone call, news, or story someone told us. Look at these examples. Number one, my favorite film is on TV tonight. I love comedies. Mrs. Brown said that her favorite film was on TV that night. She said that she loved comedies. What has it changed? Number one, the pronouns. My becomes here and I becomes she because the speaker is a woman. The tenses am becomes was, love becomes loved. So we changed the present verbs into past verbs. The third thing that has changed is the time words. Tonight becomes that night. So in the reported speech, we preferably use the past tense. Am and is becomes was. Are becomes were. Have and has becomes had. See or any verb in the present becomes so, past. Can becomes could, so can't becomes couldn't. Will becomes would, won't becomes wouldn't. So the changed in verb tenses, we can say that any present becomes past. So, but past of the same form, of the same type. Present simple becomes past simple. So, do or does becomes did. Any present continuous becomes past continuous. So, is doing and am doing becomes was doing. Are doing becomes were doing. Any present perfect becomes past perfect. So have and has done becomes had done. If you want to report a sentence that is already in the past tense, we normally use the past perfect. So any present becomes past of the same type. Present simple becomes past simple. Present continuous becomes past continuous. Present perfect becomes past perfect. And the past tense normally becomes past perfect. I saw a film last night. He said that he had seen, so becomes had seen. He had seen the film the day before, sorry, the week before. Last week becomes the week before. As we have changed the tenses, we also change the structures uh, or expressions of time and place. Now becomes then. Today becomes that day. Tonight becomes that night. This week becomes that week. Tomorrow becomes the next day or the following day. Yesterday becomes the day before or the previous day. Last week becomes the week before. And here becomes there. This becomes that. These becomes those. Example 1. Ali said, I love chocolate. This is direct speech. We have comma after said. We have quotation marks before and after the sentence. To change it into indirect speech, we say, Ali said that he loved chocolate. Example 2. Mariam said, I am sick. This is direct speech. To change it into indirect speech, we say, Maryam said that she was sick. What are the changes we have made? Number one, the that. We put that instead of the comma after said and the quotation marks, that. And that can be omitted. So we can say in the first example, we can say Ali said he loved without that. Okay. So that is optional. The first change is that we put in that. The second change is the pronoun. Ali said I love. Ali said that he loved. We change it I into he because the speaker is a male, man, or a boy. The third change, love becomes loved. We change the tense, as we said, from present into past. So in example 2, we add that, put in that. We change I into she because the speaker is Maryam, and am becomes was. Example 3, Karim said, I ate some chocolate yesterday. This is direct speech. How we do know? Because we have comma and have quotations. We change this into Karim said that he had eaten some chocolate the day before. Okay. If Karim was speaking to a particular person, we will say Karim told his brother, told the teacher, told me, and so on. But Karim now said that he had eaten some chocolate the day before. Example 4. Malak said, I was sick last week. This is direct speech. The indirect one is Malak said that she had been sick the week before. Again, the first change is that. We add that. Okay. The second change is the pronoun. I becomes he. The third change is the verb. Ate, past simple, becomes had eaten, past perfect. And yesterday becomes the day before. Example 4. Ziad said, Carmen is doing her homework. Ziad said that Carmen was doing homework. Example 6. Minna said they will see a film tomorrow. This is direct speech. The indirect speech is, or the reported one is, Minna said that they would see a film the following day. The changes again. Number one, that. We put that instead of the quotation marks or the inverted commas. And we change is into was. Is doing is present continuous, was doing is past continuous. The third change is the time expression tomorrow becomes the following day. Example 7. Mazen said, you haven't returned the book to me. Mazen said that I, he was speaking to me. Yeah, Mazen was speaking to me and said you refers to me. Okay. Mazen said you have not returned it. So Mazen said that I had not returned the book to him. Example 8. Hisham said, you can use my computer. Hisham said that you or I could use his computer. So the changes for the last time, that instead of the quotation marks, I instead of you, have not returned it becomes had not returned it, and me becomes him. Okay. And in the second one, my computer becomes his computer because we are talking about meal. Hisham was the speaker. Okay. Now your turn. Try to think with me and answer before me. Reading is my favorite hobby. Now, he said that reading was his favorite hobby. What are the changes? We put that instead of the quotation marks, and is becomes was, and my favorite hobby becomes his favorite hobby. This man is listening to music. The kid said that man was listening to music. Now we have two that's in the sentence. The first that is instead of the quotation marks. The second that is instead of this, as we said. We are going to do some snorkeling today. They said that. They instead of we. They were talking about themselves and said we. Now we are talking about them and say they. They said that they were instead of are. We're going to do some snorkeling that day instead of this day or today. Rock is the best music in the world. Hamza said that, okay, rock was instead of is the best music in the world. My dog runs very fast when I take him for a walk. The girl said that her dog instead of my dog, her dog ran instead of runs very fast when she instead of I talk instead of take him for a walk. Thanks for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.